Everybody, Ramblin Mike here. Gonna share with you another amazing modified tarot deck. Gonna share with you today the modern Spellcasters tarot. I know a lot of you will be like, "Ooh, that one's borderless, Mike." I know, but don't matter to me if it has a border on it or not. If I feel like putting some scissors on it, I will, and I'll take a look and see what it looks like. I like the way this one came out. Very nice. You know, it's nice sized. Fits the hand nicely now. You know, some of them are just, I don't know, they're too big. I like them like this. I'm going to show you this entire deck. Go through all 78 of them with you. So go ahead, get your coffee, get you a little glass of wine while we just take a look at this amazing tarot deck here today. Some people just want to look at these videos because they want to see what an entire deck looks like. Some people want to see what it looks like modified and trimmed, and others of it may be interested in purchasing it for you or a friend of yours. If that be the case, then right down below in the description area, you know where it's at. Push that little button right there in the bar below the video. And it'll give you a telephone number to text me at. I'll send you an invoice, and we'll have this thing in the mail immediately. All wrapped up, pretty. All my stuff is all smudged. I bless my decks, and I wrap them up beautifully because tarot should be pretty when it shows up. Anyway, here we go. Now, with the Spellcasters, with the modern Spellcasters, you do get the big, large box, the old flip box right there, which I've signed, you know, because I hand trim all these. And this is produced by Llewellyn. And you also get this amazing book with this set, the Spellcasters handbook. It's a nice book. You can see it's large, it's complete. It has beautiful color pictures throughout the whole thing. You know, it's that shiny paper. It is a really extremely nice book with nice descriptions of their cards. Has a handful of spreads in here as well. I always like a nice book, and I try to read them. I figure if they spent the time to write the book and I bought the deck, I should spend a couple of hours looking through the book. And it's always beneficial. I like to see the different interpretations of the cards and all of that. So here we go. Let's go all through 78 of these right here, the Spellcasters tarot. Now with the trim, the back did come out nice. I brought it down to a normal sized tarot deck. Here we go. All 78 of them. First one is our Fool. I love that Fool right there. You know, and it's a nice reversal, flips up and the moon's on the bottom. A lot of that kind of stuff with this deck right here. Definitely a different card when it's in reverse or when it's straight up. I always like the little snake right there, you know, looking at the little bag that the Fool's got. I like him, his head's up towards the divine. He's definitely taking that old leap of faith right there. I love the Magician right here. Number one, the Magician. I like the little snake down at the bottom that is skinning, you know, shedding his skin. That's the words, huh? And definitely a little bit of the charming trickster with this Magician right here. The High Priestess. She's amazing in this deck. The old book and the faceless, quiet High Priestess. Here's our Empress. I love her. She's amazing in this deck. You know, I assume that she's green because, well, she's all about, you know, the fields of harvest and all of that. It's very interesting. Here is our Emperor. Definitely a emperor-looking creature. The Hierophant here is about as stern as it gets, huh? Just a solid deck, you know, the old eye up there and the faceless one and all the authority and everybody bowing down to him. Yeah. The Lovers card is nice with this deck because, well, it's only got 2. I like the Lovers cards with 2, you know. It's got the old heart shining up there like the sun. It's a nice Lovers card. It's a nice Chariot as well. You know, the Lotus and the pony right there, flying off into the stars. It's a nice Chariot. Strength card. I like it. It's very regal, and you know, the old Taming of the Beast. Yeah, and you know, right down here is like snakes and stuff scurrying away, going off into the pond over there, or heading over. There's a little volcano right over there. It's like all the little toxic critters are running away from the Beauty and the Beast right there. The Hermit's really nice. Classic Hermit, number 9. The Wheel is nice as well. Very classic. Represented by the 4 seasons in the 4 corners instead of the 4 zodiacs. Justice is nice. Right there. I always like the Justice in this with the wheel above her. The black pillar, the white pillar. Nice Justice. Hangman's really neat. Number 12 with this deck. Hangman's neat because, well, once again, you know, what side is the right side up for that tree? You know, is this the roots or is this the roots? Hangman's definitely stuck on that tree right there. It's, you know, light on one side and dark on the other side. This whole deck is full of this kind of metaphorical stuff. There are the runes on this tree. Let me get it up there. Can you see them? The runes. It's a super interesting deck. Of course, the death card's over the top good. You know me. You gotta have an amazing death card. And this one, it's right there. You know. Temperance is beautiful as well. You know, Michael, nicely represented. Looks more like Mercury. It's nice. The Devil card is over the top good. You know, very good, huh? They're just sitting there all fat and sassy, ain't they? They don't even know they're chained to the old devil. He's just like, hi, come on over to the party. Yeah. The tower's nice. The lightning bolt striking the tower. The people running out of the tower. Oh, Lord have mercy. There's trouble as they run out of the tower. I always liked the star card. Very Egyptian themed. And once again, you know, the water, the one pouring in the water, the one pouring in the land. I always see that with the old divines in separation, but the star above them. Very interesting character here, you know. Not sure if this is a male or a female, you know, and that represents that nice balance of sacred masculine and sacred feminine within us. A lot of those old Egyptian statues have characters that look like this, kind of half man, half woman. I think that's because they understood the fact that we need to find that balance on the inside of us. So equally balanced, sacred masculine, sacred feminine on the inside of us. The Moon card's very nice. I like the Sun card as well, because for me, you know, in a love reading, it is a twin card, and you can see the twins. There they are. They're right there in this deck. One's on Mama's lap, and one's sitting on the ground right over there. It's a beautiful Sun card. Judgment is amazing. Source, touching them, coming up out of the flames, out of the fire, restored, rebirth, phoenix from the ashes, from the hand of the divine. It's nice. And a classic World card, number 21. Very nice. And again, you know, the seasons represented in the 4 corners of the World card with the modern spellcasters. I love that, Majors. It just doesn't get any better than that. All right, here we go off to the wands, the classic Ace of Wands. I like 2 of Wands here. I always see the sparrows and birds in this deck, like Source talking to him, trying to tell him, because he's tied to both of those. You know, he definitely needs to make a choice. And he's like listening to Source, you know, which way am I supposed to go? It has a yin-yang on his shoulder right there. All kinds of esoterical symbols in this deck. They just went over the top good with it. This is a nice 3 of Wands. Setting the eagle off, you know. Go help the ships come in. There's other eagles coming in. It's like there's a little package coming in here for him. It's a nice 3 of Wands. 4 of Wands is very nice. They got no boundaries here, you know. Same sex and even different races represented by the 4 of Wands card with the modern spellcasters. I like 5 of Wands. A tussle card, but you know, we see this character right back here. He doesn't have a stick. He's kind of like stirring everybody up to get them to swat at that old bee's nest right there, you know. There's always seems to be somebody wants to stir up the drama just to watch it, you know. That's what I get out of that right there. 6 of Wands is very nice. It definitely shows the victory there. You know, and there's the old eagle. Could it be the guy with the 3 of Wands right there, huh? And there's the eagle sitting on his shoulder right there, and everybody's celebrating with him. Yeah, you did it, you did it, you did it. You got the victory. Your ships came in. 7 of Wands is very nice in this deck. You can see how he's, you know, standing his ground, doing what's best for him. 8 of Wands is very nice, classic with no people in it. But yeah, we do have our little bird with the little Superman cape, you know, forward movement. Again, Source involved with the 8 of Wands movement. Definitely a very interesting 9 of Wands in this deck. You can see in her face right there, she is absolutely the wounded warrior. And 10 of Wands is good, you know, all bundled up. You can't see where he's going. He's tripping all over him. He's dropping the load. It's definitely way too heavy for him. 10 of Wands. Our Page of Wands is very nice. And again, with the birds, with me in this deck, you know, it's like he wants a passion in the beginning. He wants a new start in something. And he's listening for the voice of Source to move in that direction. It's a nice Page of Wands. Our Knight of Wands is very good. He's coming in on the old flying firebird right there, you know. Got the old wand in hand. And our Queen of Wands is very nice, very stern. She definitely matches her counterpart. The King and the Queens in this deck are nice. They match each other very nice. The King and the Queen of Wands. Off to our swords. The Ace of Swords is always nice, you know. I love the fire and the fire wolf right there being pierced by the clarity and the truth of the Ace of Swords. 2 of Swords is very interesting, you know. The danger is behind her. She's not really paying attention to it. She's definitely pondering about which direction she's going to go. She is guarded behind her, though. It's an interesting 2 of Swords. 3 of Swords is, of course, very classic, but it does have, you know, the old human heart there. And again, you know, in reverse, you know, I mean, that's just nice. You know, the sun coming out, the fire, the flame. No more 3 of Swords. The sword's falling out. It's nice. Many of these cards are like that. 4 of Swords, definitely resting. I see the dogs as being, you know, protection for him while he is healing. 4 of Swords. 5 of Swords is definitely standing up and doing what's best for him. The 3 swords are on the ground. The 2 swords are in his hand, defending himself from those pack of wolves right over there, keeping the fire going and all that. 6 of Swords is really nice. It kind of looks like the Hermit to me in this deck with the, you know, the symbol of the sun over his head. I always see the oarsman as Source in my readings, you know, helping us to come out of those choppy waters. And she has that little box in her hand It's like the little box that's in the moon card back there. You know, it's something that's precious to her, that she's bringing to her new world, that Source is bringing her to. I love this deck. Seven of Swords is classic. As he's sneaking away in the middle of the night, has all the swords. The doggies are asleep. Everybody's asleep in the camp. There goes Sneaky. Eight of Swords is really very good. You just feel the pressure of it. You know, the fire behind him, the stubbornness. Eight of Swords all up in your head. Nine of Swords is very good. The swords all jumbled together. The sun coming up. Probably hasn't been asleep all night. Has his faithful dog there with him, watching him, comforting him through, you know, that Nine of Swords night. Ten of Swords, absolutely brutal, but they normally are. I love it. It's an amazing deck. Here we go. Here's our Page of Swords. And boy, she has a big sword. She really has something that she wants to say to somebody. It's pretty important to her. I always like the Knight of Swords, huh? Just on that old raging bull right there. Definitely coming charging in. Hang on for the wild ride. It's all over that card. Our Queen of Swords, you can see that wow, she's about as stern as the day is long. She does have her sword down. It's not raised up in this card. But you know, you can approach somebody with their sword down. Moreover than approaching somebody with their sword raised up. Huh? Here's our King of Swords and all of his wisdom. Seated in his throne. Off to the Cups, the Ace of Cups. It's absolutely beautiful. I'm loving it. The Ace of Cups on the old ocean of emotion. Got the two flowers up here. Getting ready to do a little flower kissing, you know. Symbol of the moon there. I like the little fish down there too in the water. Like, whoa, these seas are kind of rough. All fishy, googly-eyed. What's going on around here? It's a beautiful Ace of Cups. Two of Cups again. You know, it has two men, different races. They pulled all the stops out with this. There's no taboo with this deck. I love this deck. Two of Cups, Three of Cups. Look at them all celebrating life. Just taking that old leap of faith. I love the koi fish down around them, with three koi fish. All kinds of symbolism in this. Four of Cups is very much that meditative, pondering, reevaluation. I love it, man. Five of Cups. You see the spilled cups there, and he has the two cups in his hand, and they're definitely very precious to him. You know, he definitely doesn't want to spill those two cups again. Six of Cups is very nice. Has the children playing and the older couple, you know, because this can be about sweet thoughts of nostalgia and all of that. Of course, it's soulmate, twin flame, coming back, past life, all that fun stuff with the Six of Cups. Seven of Cups is really nice. Kind of see it as the old miry, clay, swampy world, you know. A bunch of the astrological symbols on it. You know, Seven of Cups and the old mystical swamp. Eight of Cups is nice. They're all stacked there, but they're upside down. One's spilled. You know, he's definitely pondering about walking away, you know, towards that moon right there. Nine of Cups is really nice. You know, the old classic genie, make a wish when Nine of Cups comes up, because you're going to get your wish come true. 10 of Cups is beautiful. Love them all there, all celebrating life, all four symbols of the moon on the backs of them right there. It's a beautiful 10 of Cups. Here's our Page of Cups. It's a very interesting card, you know, fragile love, and it's very interesting, is it not? And the Knight of Cups is interesting too, with the large fish jumping out of the ocean of emotion. He definitely has his cup in his hand. Coming to bring that in. I do love our Queen of Cups in this deck, who's sitting by that huge waterfall. And our King of Cups, you know, I love him. He is very jolly in this picture right here, loves life. You know, he is the King of Love. Nicely represented. Oh, Poseidon's javelin. That's not a javelin. Whatever. You know what it is. The classic Ace of Pentacles. It's nice. The Two of Pentacles is a nice representation of the juggler. Got a little doggy over there bringing a message in. All kinds of fun interpretations with these cards. The Three of Pentacles. Working on a foundation of something that's important. It's a very nice card. Four of Pentacles. Definitely the old miser, to say the least. You know. Five of Pentacles is very nice with a growling, angry dog. Six of Pentacles, there it is. The equal give and take card. Although, you know, somebody's getting a cup of tea and the other one's like, man, I want some tea. You know it. Seven of Pentacles is very nice, but then again, I've always liked this card for some reason, huh? She has her crystals in her favorite little gardening pot right there, and she's definitely tending to her little Seven of Pentacles garden right there. Eight of Pentacles is very nice. It shows him building a house, and you know, inside the house there's a little doggy and a little squirrel. Those two normally don't room with each other and all that. You know, a lot of work put into making a little shelter for the doggy and the squirrel. It's nice. Nine of Pentacles is very interesting. I've yet be able to get an interpretation on why the little squirrel has a hood over his head. If you have an interpretation of that, maybe you want to leave that in a comment for me. But I always loved Nine of Pentacles, you know, my independent, self-assured, confident business person right here. 10 of Pentacles is very nice. You know, home and hearth, there they are. Building their world, you know. That's it, ain't it? Right there. My Page of Pentacles coming in. Hey, I found this pentacle. Maybe we can do something with this. The Knight of Pentacles, he's really nice because, well, he's on a squirrel right there. So it may take him a minute to get to where he's going to. Our Queen of Pentacles, she's absolutely gorgeous in this deck. And last but not least, the amazing King of Pentacles in this deck as well. The King of the World. As you can tell, I love this deck. It's a very mystical deck. It's a very magic deck. All kinds of interpretations and all that can be read into it. I just touched a few of them that I've seen as I played with this deck over the years. Definitely one of my favorites. Shuffle's really nice, trimmed down. Everything's machined. Corners are rounded so that if you prefer to rifle, it rifles like a dream. It has nice card stock. You know, it could be a little more like, it could be a little better, but I don't like to pick and poke too much. It's an amazing deck. If that's the only thing that you can find, Mike, is that the card stock isn't premium, you know, it's still A-class card stock. It's nice. Shuffle's nice. It's an amazing book to read. Let me see what we got here on the bottom of the deck. Three of Wands, huh? Yeah. Let's see our ships coming in. Hey, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I definitely went a little longer with this one, but I love this deck. I hope you do too. Like I say, if you'd like to get your hands on it, trimmed and modified like this, then all that information is down below. Love you guys. Namaste. Love and light. Talk to you soon. Bye for now.